Yeah.
Yeah. Ace Kennedy.
What's up, bro?
Man, I am alive and well, bro. I'm good. Let me get this okay. Get a little bit of that in me.
You turned it up a little bit.
Okay. All time. Yep. Okay. Yep. Ace Kennedy.
What up?
What's happening with you, brother?
What's going on with you, brother?
Man. I am recovering here. This is my recovery week, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So last week was all things it's my middle of the year Christmas, basically, though, man. So I'm over the birthdays, celebrations there, man. So yeah. We back at it though. We back.
So we back with antics now? That's what we doing?
What's that?
I mean, you just gonna act like you ain't got that shoe sitting up there?
Oh, yeah. I don't know who put this here. The research department put this here though, bro.
The research department?
I don't know. They just left these out, man. They left these out though, man, from Father's Day, man. They put them out. Hold on, man, because I saw they put another one. I don't know who put this on over here. I gotta holler at the research department for this though, man. They was active here, man. One of the interns did it. Yeah. But we out here, man. How was Father's Day?
Man, Father's Day was great, brother. I got to spend it with most of the kids. Tari had basketball games, but he did contribute to the gift department, so that was dope. But no, we went out to eat, man. Went to Charleston's. It was dope. We got man. So I told y'all about a surprise that I had for my kids, man, and we ended up I got them all. We all got matching shoes, bro, and so that went real hard. And yeah, man, it was fresh, bro. It was fresh.
Matching shoes. What kind of shoes you got?
Got them PG4s, man, them white and black ones. They real cool. And of course, my boys, both of them are ballers, so they like
we go hooping these, or we
rocking these, or we hooping, and what we doing?
Okay. I get it. That gets the air horn though, man. So it's kind of funny though, bro, because the interns left these around here. I got these for Father's Day. Ooh, they look so good in this light though, homeboy. I'm talking about they just listen.
They fresh, man. I like them. Let me turn on my light, bro, because this is driving me crazy.
Listen.
Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Let me solo this one because I gotta. I need some accent this here though, bro. So what was super dope? I saw these. I saw these on Finish Line, almost a month ago. And when I saw them, I knew for sure. I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta have these shoes." And then I was thinking, like, "Well, golly, I want to get them, but where am I gonna wear them to?" And I just thought that by the time everything get back popping, that it didn't matter. I had to have these. So regardless of what happens, when all this Budweiser virus, everything go away, your boy will be stepping out in these beautifuls here though, man. So I was pleasantly surprised though, man, that my peeps hooked me up with these though, man. So this was the highlight for me anyway. Now I got a couple of little t-shirts and everything. There's this little shirt company out of Austin, bro, that I started. I don't know how I even found out about them. I think I was just homesick and one of my Texas stuff though, man. So I got this shirt from them as a Father's Day gift. Couple of other little things, couple of t-shirts as well that look dope. But my mother-in-law, she always look out for the boy though, man, and she came through with those though, man. So that was the highlight, absolutely highlights. I'm a big Air Max 97 fan though, bro. I be trying to tell people, man, the 97s, 95 is where it's at though, bro.
So these the PGs, bro.
Ooh, okay.
They zip on them boys, man. So they hide the strings or whatever like that. But yeah, everybody got them. Sarah was jealous because she was like, "Well, I ain't got no pair." I'm like, I tried to tell you, but you know.
So you got everybody. You got everybody something.
But you ain't gonna be stunting on me, bro.
I see you. And let me tell you, bro. I was almost. This was funny. I was mad because I showed you them, right?
You did.
And then when you now this not just that I showed you. I'm not even listen. I don't want to even just make it seem like I'm taking credit for your fly.
Right.
But I had been telling you 97s, bro. The 97s, the color combos for them is where it's at. And then I saw you pop out with the Miami Night color ones, right? And them is super duper fire. So then I was like, all right, I got me a couple of myself. But when I saw them, I sent them to you. Like 2 weeks later, you sent me a picture with them on. I think you had the box. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And my biggest fear was that by the time I was finally ready to go ahead and get them, that they was going to be sold out though, bro. So I was like, man.
Yeah, because there's two styles of them. So they got the all gold ones like we got, but then they also have the gold ones with the white trim on the sole of them. Like right here where it's gold at, they got ones where it's white on this part.
Now these, I saw what you was talking about. But these are the ones that I wanted though, bro.
Yeah.
And what's funny about that is that I have some that have the white bottom that you're talking about, but I have the ones that are the gold on the side and then the black in the middle. So it got, anytime I want to bust out my New Orleans Saints stuff, I can go ahead and wear those. Yeah. But these right here though, man, I think that, you know, and like I said, I got my Saints stuff, but these right here, even though they're gold, they don't have the black in them. I kind of figured that for me, I think I already told you. Well, you already know though, of course, but I got my gold Kobe's that I've never worn before.
That's why I was going to say, you ain't going to wear these either because you ain't
No. I'm going to wear these. My problem with the Kobe's is that the Kobe's are so cold that I was like, I wanted to wear them in the music video before. And I actually put them on for a music video. And you don't see them in the video though, bro. So I was like, nah, I got to run it back there, man. So I'm going to try to at least, my idea though is when I do my album cover that I want to wear the gold Kobe's on the album cover. And then I might sell them out today. I've never worn them before, but they go with the white bottom. But these though, I probably am more inclined to wear these more often though, man.
Yeah.
But I had a good time though. Father's Day was dope, man. Got with the fam. Everybody had so when we did Mother's Day, we went all not gonna say all wing all. We did pretty good for the mothers. So we looked out for my wife, for her mom, my bonus mom, and we did it up for them for brunch. We typically would go out for brunch, and usually I'm gonna take credit for usually picking the places that we go for brunch. But my sister-in-law came through, bro, and did the dope menu for Mother's Day brunch. And so this time for Father's Day, they looked out for the dads. My father-in-law, who never buys himself tennis shoes, mom has bought him some dope Nike 270s, the Air Max 270s. Dope time, man. We ate, was merry, fell asleep, and it was dope, bro. It was real dope.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, bro. I think I was more excited about giving them their stuff than them giving me. Now, Charlie been telling me everything. She was like, Daddy, we got an outfit for you, but you're not allowed to see it. So I was like, okay. And then she was like, yeah, I made this plate for you, but you can't see it till Father's Day. So as I'm opening the gift, she's like, Daddy, I got you a Baby Yoda shirt. I'm like, oh, okay.
Dope. No, I think it's funny too, bro, because like I shout out to my wife checking in on here real quick. She saw the research department left these on over here though. Dennis checking in, much love. Yo, Brittany, bro, what's happening? But yo,
Miss Law student.
Yeah, I saw that too, man. That's dope. Yeah, I think it's funny too, man, about Father's Day. My father-in-law, right? It's real funny because it's like I was telling you that it's funny because you know how like sometimes people will get you stuff that they like this is my thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and get you some. So I laugh because my father-in-law is very good at picking out cards, has very well thought cards, like he takes his time. But when it comes to the gifts, usually it's moms that pick out the better gifts or whatnot. And so probably for about the last 4 or 5 times we've had something, and I was probably say going back to maybe even longer than 4 or 5 years, he's very much into dry fit shirts, like Under Armour shirts, the ones that the quick dry. And oddly enough, Landon is into the quick dry stuff. But every time, if he picks out something, he'll get me a dry fit. And mind you, he's more about function. For me, if I'm going to go for a run, I might wear them or whatnot, though, man. But every year, he'll slide me because it's his thing. He'll be like, all right, I'm going to slip you in this dry fit. So I got me another dry fit I got almost a drawer full of just dry fit shirts that he done got me, though, bro. So I busted out laughing because every time you see him, he got a dry fit shirt on. Like that's totally his thing though, bro.
Right. Yo, Brittany, what is going on? We gonna have to talk, man. She talking about she got that Coors over there.
I don't know. She said she's just dealing with it, or you mean like you?
Yeah, you need to let us know. You got to clarify that comment. I'm
gonna need you to jump back in.
You got to clarify that.
Tell me about that one.
Appreciate the Father's Day shout out. I already told you, your dad saved my life once, so I owe him. So
but real talk though, for the fathers, I hope y'all boys had a good time on Father's Day. It was funny, man. I saw like a lot of the fathers got, boys got barbecue grills, people throwing steaks on. I think the homie Dennis had the grill though, bro.
Yeah, Dennis was out there grilling, bro. And I
see grilling.
I see he got that dope watch too.
Yeah. So yeah. Much respect to all the good daddies out there.
Yeah.
But when the girl, so this is funny though, man, when I'm looking in the comments and Brittany was somebody just dealing with coronavirus over here, I was like, yo, there's more and more popping up about that. I was watching TV, man, and the boys from Serbia, Djokovic and the other tennis player, both of them tested positive. Like, how does that happen? Your two most famous athletes in Serbia both end up testing positive for coronavirus, though, bro. That's crazy.
Oh no.
Brittany Rowe, that's crazy there.
So I finally know somebody personally. Wow.
I know. I only know one person.
No, actually, I know two, but I'm not at liberty to say the other person because they didn't put it out there. But Brittany, I'm definitely praying for you. I would say I'd bring you something, but I have to wait until you have successfully passed that Budweiser virus.
Oddly enough though, Brittany Rowe, I'm curious now. I want to. This was crazy because I would love. And maybe this is a whole side conversation for you to tell me what your experience is, because I've had some people say, yeah, you know what? I had I knew my nephew had tested positive for it, and he works in a position where he's in a very public, place. It was a restaurant, and they don't know where he would have, I guess got it from or whatever. But they said, yeah, he had he had like a fever for a day. Very much the what you see, simple for a couple of days, had a little cough for a couple of days. After that, it was just that. So he was on quarantine for a little while, and then my brother's whole family had to kind of go in quarantine from the job and everything. But I mean, he bounced back, and it was like nothing. But I am curious because you hear so many differences of how it impacts everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're definitely gonna be praying for you, and I'm gonna hit you up offline when we get off here. I'm gonna hit you up, find out.
Yeah.
So what's going on, brother?
Yeah, man. So I've been trying to keep up with a lot of stuff. Oddly enough, though, man, there's been so much stuff. Hold on.
Oh well,
I'm reading comments here.
Yeah, she had the classic. She had the classic stuff, man.
The loss of smell and taste, and my body was hurting for a couple of days. But other than that, I'm fine. That's dope. Dope. Okay, so she bouncing back. She getting retested on Friday. Then, so that's dope. That's good to hear, man.
So for those of y'all that don't know, Brittany Rowe is one of our artists. She's an FTMG artist. She's a female vocalist. And yeah. So that's why we concerned about our family right now. But
yeah. That's dope. So a lot of stuff been going on though, bro. I think that we've been talking about it. We've been watching like sports wise, and I think that for me, it just kind of tells you so it's weird how everything is happening, because I think that you and I. Because of this, we've been, talking about, I know that your kids, your Deuce and Tari, they're back in, they're actively playing sports. And so for me, my son's AAU team was probably, they've started back practices and everything like that. And I think it's been kind of interesting for me though, man, because I've been just kind of watching to see how a lot of this stuff play out and everything like that. And I think that the thing that I've been more so cautious about was the testing of it, right? So and then you just, because the symptoms, right? You can have it, you can be asymptomatic or whatever. But bro, when I went for my jog last week, and I'm talking about I was jogging to where I normally would go, and I heard that basketball bouncing though, bro. It was like music to my ears though, man. It was like I was hearing the dopest beat ever. So I get to the end where I normally run. I'm looking up, and not all of my dudes, but a lot of the cats who I usually play basketball with, they out there. And it just seemed like someone must have told the next person that they was opening on up. And then before you know it, everybody's like, yo, you know what, y'all, did you hear about it? Did you know about it? And they just, I drove by just to see. And then it's like, so I think that it's crazy though, man. But I am tripped out though, man, that, like more, especially with the NBA and their bubble city, players are declining, actually, coming out then. So Trevor Ariza, for example, said, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna sit this one on out.
Yeah, but Trevor Ariza had a little bit of a different scenario than anybody else though. So I kind of respect his though.
Yeah, but it presented an option that would have never been there, though, right? I mean, like if this was never going on, I'm sure that wouldn't have been something that he would have took advantage of, though.
Yeah, I mean, if this wasn't going on, I think that number one, we have to remember that this is the NBA is over. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the off season, and so for him, this is a custody thing, and he's scheduled to have time with his son. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And granted, he could potentially miss out on about $1 million in salary if they make the playoffs. But you're talking about the Blazers. So do they actually really have an opportunity to make the playoffs?
I didn't think the Blazers were going to make it, because I thought that was the reason why Dame Lillard was like, you know what, man, if we ain't playing for all the marbles, if we don't have a chance, I don't really see the point of us even moving forward. So I don't think that Trevor Ariza is missing much at all, though, man.
But I think that's the thing though. If they did not have a chance, then they wouldn't even be playing. So they do have a chance. It's going to be more difficult of a journey, but yeah, his situation is a little bit different. And then you got our boy from the Wizards. I can't think of his name right at the top, but he's about to enter free agency, and he has history of having some injuries, and so he wants to make sure that I'm straight going into the offseason, because if I get hurt and I'm going into free agency, I could potentially lose out on some money, because he's going to lose about $500,000 in salary if they make the playoffs. But he's like, I'd rather take that loss with the opportunity of making more later on with the free agency. So But who everybody's kind of talking about right now is Dwight Howard, because he's been the one that's been kind of backing up Kyrie Irving, and so he's now him and his team have kind of said they are still thinking about it, but shoot, they only got till tomorrow. After that, it's over.
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The fact that you are backing up Kyrie Irving, that in itself just tells me what I need to know. Like, I can't even. Well, I don't know, man. Like the Kyrie. So this is the thing about it. I think that when Kyrie said, "Hey, you know what? This is an opportunity for us to really seize and move this thing forward and do everything that we can." That's fine if you feel that way. We talked about it. LeBron can go ahead and figure that, hey, this is the platform, right? You can put those issues in the forefront by you being able to go ahead and use this while you're talking about it. But when Kyrie said, yeah, I think we should have our own league also, I was like, bro, go on somewhere with that. Now you playing now. Because I'm just like, I don't get it. And so, and then the fact that you're not going to play anyway. And so the fact that Dwight Howard is now saying, yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward that the same thing. I'm like, go on somewhere with that, man. Like, cut it out.
Well, I don't know. And the thing is what Dwight Howard, I'm not against him sitting out if that's what he truly, honestly believes in.
Sure.
But his situation is different too, because he was only on like a 1-year deal with the Lakers anyway. So if he sits, they potentially going to have to cut him because they got to replace him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to have the opportunity to be able to pull in a player, and his position itself is one that, you know what I'm saying, that his position in itself is one that they actually need. Now, what it does bring about is because, DeMarcus Cousins is actually ready.
Bring Boogie out.
That's what I'm saying. So if Dwight Howard go out, I think they'll pull him back in, bro.
Listen, man, this is the thing the thing that's kind of, let me ask you a question, bro.
I'm listening.
This is one that I debate with people all the time. Okay, so this past season was the best that people have seen from Dwight Howard in about 3 years because he had the different injuries, right?
Right.
But even when he had the injuries, right? Even when he was I don't know who it was. He got bounced around so many times, but when I think he was with the Wizards last, before he had the injury with the Wizards.
Nah, he went with the Wizards last. I thought he was with
Charlotte. No. But he was with Charlotte. But before he was with Charlotte, he was with the Wizards. Though.
Yeah. Right? You're right.
But even when he was on the Wizards, he still gave you the double, right? Yeah. So him being out in the Lakers, he looked different. You know what I'm saying? Not just from appearance wise, he looked a little bit leaner. He looked more cut up and everything like that. And he was playing the best that people have. I thought that for him, a lot of people had given up on Dwight Howard. So I think that while he looked a lot different now, I thought that it was more to his advantage to keep showing now on the biggest stage, this is what I got. Like, from a playing perspective, I mean, he's made a lot of money in his career, but I'm just kind of thinking like, all right, dude, this is the best that people have seen you play in years. So why wouldn't you want to keep showing that? Because you're on a 1-year contract. So the more basketball people can see you play, the more likely it is you pique the interest of some other team, though, man, who might see you and say, all right, well, we can use that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm saying it's a tough decision because, like Kendrick Perkins said, Kendrick was like, bro, you can't show up to play because you already have pledged your allegiance to Kyrie. You can't just show up now. Like, you got it. Like, because if you show up now, then what was all of that stuff you were saying? Like,
let me ask you a sidebar question, bro.
What up?
Is Dwight Howard a Hall of Famer?
I would say if he won a championship, he would be, because he was one of those borderline flop players. Now, this is what I mean, right? You look at how many teams he's been a part of, and then it's just like you can only, like, when you first see him, you compared him to Shaq because he was one of those dominant big men that you really didn't know how to guard because he was so athletic. It wasn't like he was power pushing in power like Shaq was, but he was just so much bigger and athletic, and he could dunk from anywhere. That's who you, and plus he played for Orlando, so you kind of immediately put him with Shaq. And then of course he goes to Houston, he goes to the Lakers, he bounced when he started bouncing around. It's just like that just immediately destroyed his career. And so the fact that he came back to the Lakers, if he didn't say anything and let's say the NBA restarted and they won a championship, you definitely would have to be like, okay, this is a player that did a complete full, circle and brought his career back, because he was struggling for some time. Because I don't remember nobody saying like, oh, Dwight's the best big man in the game here recently.
Quiet as kept. If you go back and you look at Dwight's numbers, even when people thought that he was falling off, right? Even when he was with, when he was over at Houston, even when he was with the Lakers, right? He was still giving you the double doubles, right? His numbers were more like 15, 17 versus him being in the 20 points over at when he was with the Magic. I think the problem, though, with Dwight, I personally think that Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. And the reason why I say that is because there was a point when he was playing in the league where he was considered probably a top 3 player, because that Dwight Howard, the Dwight Howard in Orlando was filthy. And I think that when you look at just those years, those like 7 years that he was out there in Orlando, I think that you can put those numbers up against almost any other Hall of Famer, and it would be, you can look at it and say, that's nice. The only thing that he was missing to me was the ring, but everybody who gets in the Hall of Fame, Vlade Divac is in the Hall of Fame, right? So that just kind of tells you when it comes to the statistics. I think that as far as the impact on the game, I thought that he had probably maybe 4 solid years where he was a top 3 player in the NBA. And when I say top 3, I mean maybe top 5 at worst. But I'm thinking this is when Kobe was still in his prime. So Kobe was there. You had a young LeBron who was entering his prime, Dwight Howard, and then you still had Dirk in the league back then, D Wade still in the league back then. I mean, you still had Tracy McGrady in his prime back then at Houston. But when Dwight Howard was at his peak, he was a top 5 player, and for that.
Yeah, but at his peak, though. But at what point, though, do you start to diminish your doggone career? Because I mean, you talking about Orlando. How many teams ago was that?
Well, listen. Okay, that's a good point. Do you remember Tracy McGrady playing for the Spurs?
No.
Okay, that's my point exactly. That is my point exactly. He's Hall of Famer, but it's just in the same way. I look at it like this. I think that what made Dwight Howard, it's not to me about him, his game falling off. Mm-hmm. I just thought that the NBA changed, and he was one of those back-to-the-back players, start the offense off by dropping in the middle, and that he was one of the primary people that the NBA just completely moved away from.
No. Dwight Howard just never got better. Dwight Howard was always this potential, like, oh man, I see what he could do if he would just. Like, he never, like, to me, he never could get started, because then when he did try to, like, later on in his career, when he tried to change some stuff up, then he kept getting hurt. So, you know what I'm saying?
I think injuries aside, though, right? Even if you got Dwight Howard, if you say, you know what, if you can give me the Dwight Howard from the Orlando Magic, he played there for like 7 years, I think 6 or 7 years. If you say that Dwight Howard, right, with those same exact skill set and had never gotten any better, and you give just those same skills, bro, and you say, all right, you can give me 10 years of that instead of 6, 7 years. 10 years of that, though, bro, it's still top 10 player to me, though, bro. Like, top 10 period. Like, I'm talking about, like, as far as how I know that he was just bigger, but he was so much more dominant in ways that people say Shaq, but I'm talking about, like, Dwight Howard was unguardable except for himself. So I just think that Nah, Mark, you said Dwight Howard and Sean Kemp. I don't think so. I think Dwight Howard was. That's good because Sean Kemp was only good for the dunk, and Dwight Howard had the power, and he's like 4-time defensive player of the year. He's Hall of Fame to me though, bro. Like
I don't know, man. Like I said, I think I wouldn't even be arguing with you if the Lakers would have won the championship this year. I don't think I would be arguing with you just because of the.
I don't think that the championship would have swung it one way or the other.
I'm just saying. I'm not. It's the reason why I say championship, right? I know Hall of Fame has nothing to do with championship. Yeah. I'm talking about just the mature process of his athleticism or his career as a whole. Because for me, what I hear you talking about is Orlando Magic, Dwight Howard, but I'm not hearing you say nothing about Houston. I'm not hearing you say nothing about the first Lakers stint. So
even when he was with the Lakers, though, right? Even when he was with the Lakers, he still averaged the double-double. It was just like 17, 10, 17, and 12. It wasn't the 20-point because he was playing with a different kind of player in Kobe. When he went to the Rockets, he was playing with a different kind of team. And then at that point, it was when the league was changing on him. So he wasn't going to put up the same kind of points because offenses were designed differently, though. But even when you look at it, though, right, every season up until this one, right, even the seasons where Dwight Howard got hurt, prior to him being hurt in that season, he still averaged a double-double, 15 and 10 double-double. You just people don't realize that because of all the other stuff, him being in the news, the injuries and all that other stuff. But numbers wise, when you just look at the numbers, even when he was with the Wizards, he was still averaging 15 and 10 or 15 and 11.
See, he started coming back when he hit the Wizards and the Hornets, man. I give him that. I'm not even, because I'm just saying the first stint with the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? And then
that's what messed it up. I mean, what messed it up to me was Kobe jumping on him like that. Like, to me, once you get Kobe jumping on you, he all in your pocket, calling you all kind of bums and soft. And Kobe's influence was so polarizing that I don't think that he ever got past that.
No, because he wanted to have fun, and Kobe wasn't having it.
Yes, man. Yeah,
like Kobe was like, "Look, you want to have fun, but it's fun to win."
Kobe said, "Nah, man." Hey, but listen though. So I think that is kind of interesting though, bro. But I am kind of interested. I'm interested to see what players are gonna. Ultimately, I think that most of the players are gonna say, you know what, let's go ahead and keep the season going. I anticipate some guys won't. But you know what I think that was kind of interesting though, man, is that I was looking at something on Bleacher Report, and it had some very interesting like scenarios talking about every offseason trade the team should make, right? Every single team. And there was a couple of things. They had 30 moves. And what I noticed, right, is that there were some big contracts, some terrible contracts that people are saying, all right, these teams got to get rid of these contracts. Al Horford is one, right? And they were talking about, Al Horford possibly fitting in with a team like the Rockets because the Rockets spread the floor out. And they're thinking like, all right, you know what? PJ Tucker's only going to be able to go so far. We're trying to guard these big men. Al Horford would fit in great with them, right? To spread the floor, still be able to get the space. And for Russ to get in there, whole 9 yards. So Al Horford is one. The other one that stood out to me was Chris Paul. Big contract.
That's the only team I'm concerned about. Anybody else, I don't care about their trades. As far as I'm concerned, Russell Westbrook retired from the league. He don't play for Houston to me.
Oh, my gosh. Well, listen. One of the things that they came out with, a scenario, this is next year. Now, I don't know what kind of shape Chris Paul, he should be in even just as good a shape considering that less miles with this shortened season, right?
And he's on that plant base.
Right. So I give him that. But the scenario that caught my eye was a possibility. Chris Paul going to the Milwaukee Bucks, though, bro. I said, hold up. Made sense to me, bro. Let me tell you about this. Listen, bro. Chris Paul getting traded For Eric Bledsoe, Ersan Ilyasova, George Hill, and maybe a second-round draft pick. Hey, listen, man. I think this is why I tell you every single time, bro, when we talk about the Bucks, and I'll tell you that Wesley Matthews isn't the answer, but he should be on the team, right? On that roster.
Yeah.
But I think that for the Bucks, the problem is going to be your third guy. Your third guy needs to be able to average 20 and maybe get you 30 a couple of times in the playoffs, right? I think Chris Paul would do that. And I think, bro, if Chris Paul goes to the Bucks and they have Robin Lopez, Chris Paul, Giannis, Chris Middleton, Wesley Matthews, I think that's as good as starting five in the East. I would imagine that they should be a shoe-in for sure to get to the Western Conference Finals. And when I think about that, I think that team could beat the Lakers, this same Lakers team as currently constructed. I think that they would beat the Lakers, bro.
Lakers can't even beat the Clippers, so of course.
Well, I think that team would beat the Clippers, bro.
Okay, yeah, because I see that.
I think that ultimately the Bucks' problem though is that they just need to have that one. Now this is the thing. What that would mean for the Thunder, right? Is that now you get rid of the Chris Paul contract because he got in the next 2 years he's making like $45 million a year, right?
Who contract is worse, his or Wall's?
Oh, John Wall's, bro. John Wall's contract is ridiculous. I thought I saw something where John Wall's contract is like 3 years at like $127 million. Like John Wall contract when he did his agent should be having like everybody flooding his door because John Wall was playing on his old contract, and most people basically kind of redo your contract and then let the new numbers apply. But John Wall basically said, nah, I'm going to extend, but I'm going to have my new money come in at the end of my old contract. So by the time you're at that age where teams want to try to get rid of you, basically, his stuff is so backloaded that now he becomes untradeable. And so if you're a team that says, no, I want to have control of my own career, then you do the John Wall kind of contract. You do the Chris Paul contract because there aren't a lot of teams. So speaking of John Wall, though, right? So what's funny about that, in these proposed trades, they were talking about a lot of teams coming after Bradley Beal, right? And so they were talking about the 76ers coming after Bradley Beal. So I thought that it was funny because they were like, well, if you got to get rid of the John Wall contract, then if you're the Wizards, then you basically tell a team, the only way you can get Bradley Beal is if you take John Wall with you, though, bro. And so I was like, dang. And so I think that if you do that, though, like think about how many teams does that instantly upgrade. And so from that matter, right, if I'm the Blazers, I think Bradley Beal is better than CJ McCollum.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? If I'm any other team looking at that, if that was the proposed thing, I'm not going for that. Here's why. If you see it didn't work in Washington with them two, why would you then bring them over to another team? Now, this is what I think should happen. A team that has the money to do it and could use it as a stepping stone. I think New York should go after John Wall.
Okay. I think though, that is a funny thing you say that. So one of the proposed moves, right, would be Zach LaVine going to the Knicks. Now, I think that, so like, I think this is why I look at I think that John Wall is like one of these anomalies because I think that John Wall puts up, he does remind me, the pairing of those two remind me of Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum, where they're going to put up great numbers, right? But are they going to win? It's almost like KD and Russ. They're going to give you solid numbers every year. But are you putting the right team around them? So I think that to me, though, if I'm Bradley Beal, I don't want to play with John Wall. And I think they like best friends. They NBA boys anyway. But if I'm Bradley Beal, you're the second leading scorer right now in the NBA. And when you get John Wall he averages 10, 12 assists. And then it's like, well, you got to start to put those 10 or 12 assists under a microscope now, though, bro. So,
you know what? If I'm Golden State, I'd go after Bradley Beal.
I would go out to Bradley Beal. And you know what I would do? I would trade what's the dude they picked up? Andrew, the young boy
Wiggins.
And I would get rid of Wiggins for Beal at the drop of a dime.
Now, if I'm Zach LaVine, though, I ain't trying to go to New York. Not like
if I was him.
Well, here's why though. Here's why I say that. Not unless he's like just content of I'm playing in Madison Square Garden. Other than that, he gonna be at another losing franchise, and at this point, he's tired of losing.
The Bulls have been rebuilding since Derrick Rose, and if you want to take a step further back, you can say since The Last Dance. And I think that the Bulls, once Derrick Rose got hurt the first time, that was it. Then God, I can't believe that was like maybe 7 years ago. So the Bulls have been rebuilt. And this is the thing that's crazy about the Bulls. The Bulls seem to draft in the draft when you go to rebuild, they draft the same kind of player over and over and over and over. And they draft some kind of defensive power forward, or up until they picked up Kobe White, they typically would just draft these small forwards that seem like they're interchangeable. But I don't think that that Zach LaVine's going anywhere with the Bulls anytime soon. So I would say that would make sense for him to go to the Knicks, as long as they were saying, all right, well, if I can get Zach LaVine and John Wall, and you say John Wall is the healthy John Wall, I think that's better than any Knicks team that I've seen. And I don't know, man. It's interesting though, bro. But it's a very good article in the standpoint of, there was a scenario about Lauri Markkanen. I liked him when he was in Arizona, and he's with the Bulls, and he's dope. And he doesn't, for some reason, it just isn't working out to where he's averaging like maybe 15 a game. But I think that he could be like a 20-some point a game player, but he won't be it with the Bulls because they keep drafting all of the same players like him and trying to get minutes for him though, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting though, bro. But
so in switching topics a little bit, man, entertainment wise, there's been some stuff going on. Of course, not the boy J. Cole kind of got a little bit of heat. So No Name basically came out, I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the exact tweet, but basically she was saying like, a lot of y'all put so much stock in your favorite artists, and some of them haven't even commented, especially when their content talks about, moving the culture forward, but then they don't have zero to say. And so J. Cole took that as a sub. He ended up writing a song, dropping that, and so then he kind of threw some stuff out in that song, and then No Name responded with her own song. So my question to you is kind of in line with what we talked about earlier with Michael Jordan in back in the day. Do you think that it is the responsibility of these celebrities, artists, or whatever the case may be, to have to speak up towards the issues that are going on? Because you see, it took Dave Chappelle a little bit of time, but he was the first comedian to come out and do something with the 846, and Don Lemon called him out, and now we got No Name calling out J. Cole. And what say you?
So I laughed because when I saw the Dave Chappelle, it did lend some additional perspective, because he was like, he said, I don't want to hear from Ja Rule on this. And he's just like, the streets is talking for themselves though, man. And I understand, to me personally, I do want to see more, right? I do want to, okay. I understand if someone says I'm not the person, I'm far from the wrong person to be out here leading this particular fight. Like, this is my thing though, bro. Like, if you let me be the person to say, you know what, Charlie, tell me where you stand, but I want you to lead us, right? I want you to be a leader, right? If I told someone, listen, homeboy, like, I'm gonna cuss somebody out. I'm not gonna be the most. If I told somebody that and they were just like, well, you know what, we might want to pull you back then. everybody's not qualified to be that particular person, right?
Right, but from her standpoint, though, she's saying that like,
but she thinks that, man, and this is what I'm getting at. But she feels that J. Cole is qualified because not just J. Cole has rapped about social issues. He's lived social issues. Those things that you know to be true about him, though, right? So to me, it's almost like you're trying to call him out for something that he's already been doing because you don't know about those things or that you haven't seen him say anything about this one. Whereas to J. Cole, could be saying like, this is, you late to the party. I've already been on this, right? So I can understand, like, oddly enough, I haven't, you talk about Snow in the Bluff. I didn't hear the song. And for that matter, though, bro, I didn't even hear that No Name that anybody called him on now. What I did hear, though, is that I did hear some people say, well, listen, I don't hear Kendrick Lamar out here, right? I don't hear J. Cole. And those are the more conscious, popular rappers anyway. So I kind of, when you put them on that pedestal and when you look at them and you say you have the influence and you have the platform to basically push this agenda forward, I can see why someone would say that. But if those guys feel like, hey, I don't think that I'm that guy, then I understand that as well. So when it comes to Jordan, I thought that Jordan had the influence, the power, and the platform to push those agendas ahead. And he probably felt like, I don't think that I'm the guy to do it. So he didn't. That's fine. I just see the other side of it. So if someone felt like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, I do think that y'all are that. They could be doing all these other things that these people don't know about. But I think that people feel like in the climate where you're expecting to see that, if that matters to you, I can understand why someone would call him out. But you also got to do your homework to see, well, let me check his background. What has he already did and what does he have ongoing? That's how I feel about it.
So what about like Drake and Jay-Z?
I see Drake and Jay-Z already going. I see them vocal. I know where they stand. And I mean, listen, man, Jay-Z's history when it comes to this, to me, I'm not going to say it's flawless, but it's stout. I mean, you can put Jay-Z's resume on social issues, change, Black equality. You can put his up with any entertainer. And I would say that he has a very fair or incomparable resume, bro. So I don't question Jay-Z. I think that I've seen Drake be very vocal about it. I think that it's just a lot different. To me, I demand more from people who not necessarily are like culture vultures, but when you say, listen, I'm heavily influenced by Black culture, right? So like when I need to see that if you are, you know, like, this is going to sound, I be jumping on this, man, though. Like, it's important to me to see Post Malone say something, bro. Like it, because the reason why I say that is because, like, I tried not liking Post Malone, bro. Like, I had a problem that he came in with hip hop and then he said, well, I'm not a rapper, right? And I'm like, well, you came in riding, rapping hip hop. And then he's just like, I'm a musician and everything like that. And I tried to not like him, but he's good though, bro. As much as I tried to like him, it made me like his music that much more. It was almost like he heard me and said, you know what? I got just a song for you. And then here's another one. But because I feel like he is not taken advantage of, but he's made a living. He's made a name from hip hop. And, you know, if he has a history of not being that person, then I need to know if you're heavily influenced, not to tell me where you stand, but I do need to hear from you though, bro. That's kind of where I look at it though.
I get that. I mean, you know, I think with anything that looking at all of the different people that have spoke up, you already know what I feel. Like I said with Jordan, if he doesn't feel or if they don't feel that they can speak intelligently enough about the subject, then I don't think they need to. I think that as a society, we have to get out of expecting somebody else to do something. We don't have, like Dave Chappelle said, we don't have to wait for these celebrities to be the ones to say something. And granted, we look at them because they have such a bigger platform and they could have a bigger impact, but you can't force that upon somebody if that's not the position that they feel like that they are able to do. So I can't put that on them.
I get that. And like I said, I don't want to force it, right? But I gotta, and you may, I don't know, man. I just, to me, I guess I'm just, I'm irritated more and more and more about people being silent, bro. It really, you want to talk about something that really irked my nerves, though, bro, is the silence. And so if somebody else feels that same way, I mean, I get it. I mean, it does. And I only say that because I really look at that, and I look at that as saying, like, by you being silent, I would respect it if you say, hey, you know what? I'm not, if you felt like you said, you know what, this is wrong, but hey, I don't feel like I have the right words. I'm not the right person to basically, I don't agree with none of the stuff that's going on, and I'm against it, but I don't have the right words. So just, I want to let you know, but I don't say something. And I would respect for you to say, I don't have the words for this, right? That's something to me. But to go Jerry Jones silent, bro, go somewhere, man.
Yeah.
I could have gone up the street with that, bro. Like, nah, I'm gonna need you to say something, though, bro.
Yeah. Yo, man, did you catch the battle? I mean, the verses this weekend?
No, man. So here's what I think is interesting. I saw that it had over 150,000 people, which is a far decline from, Erykah Badu, a far decline from Ludacris, Nelly, a big drop off from Teddy Riley, Babyface. And I just wonder, I don't know if it's that, or do you think people are getting burned out from the verses, or do you think it's because they're just going to be playing the piano that is so mellow that not people aren't necessarily looking to turn up, but that it was just those two people?
I think it's a combination of things, because I mean, their promotion got lost in the sauce. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. You got
true.
I mean, it was around Juneteenth. They were advertising like within everything else. So you had Juneteenth, you had 45 trying to go out to Tulsa, you had coronavirus spiking back up. Like I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if there's been too much of a hiatus, and so people lost interest. Like it's Versus was capitalized because they always had, so it was almost like Versus was dropping stuff like the old No Limit. Like, you knew when the next one was gonna happen. You like, there was a built-in core audience. So now it's just like nobody. I mean, it was Father's Day weekend. Like it was so much.
This was funny. So here's what's funny. Shout out to Mark. He said, listen, man, he said it was boring. And I think that is what I would have thought. Like, this is the thing. I love John Legend, bro. And I probably love Alicia Keys even more. But when I'm listening to them, I cannot think of being logged on for 2 hours almost of listening to John Legend play the piano, even though I like him as a singer. I could now with Alicia Keys, right? If it was Alicia Keys versus someone else, and even if I would even probably listen if they just weren't even playing the music live. Like, if I just had Alicia Keys playing her records, I think it's something about it that, as much as I like those two, it made me not check for it like that. Like, listen, bro, the Babyface and Teddy Riley, I planned my whole weekend around that, right? I was ready, bro. Even Ludacris and Nelly, though, man, I'm sitting here playing my whole thing, and it just seems like I feel a certain vibe. Like, I didn't think that, even with the Nelly, right? Like here's what's funny. With the Nelly and Luda, I was waiting for certain songs to come on. I was like, oh, I can't wait to Nelly play this. I can't wait to Luda play this. Like, I was like,
you mean to tell me you wasn't waiting for Take It Slow?
That's my favorite John Legend song, bro.
I hate that song so
much.
My
brother, somebody told my brother that he can sing because he did that at a karaoke before, right? And so I recorded him singing it. It is hilarious. Every once in a while, I'll send him the video. I'll send him the recording of him doing it. And it's terrible, though, bro. But it's my favorite song, though, man.
I'm with you, Mark, man. Jamie Foxx would have killed it. Jamie versus Tank or Jamie versus... Or
I don't want to see Tank. Tank ain't got them. I love Tank, but Tank ain't got them, though.
Bro, you okay. All right.
Tank, bro. Tank, listen.
All right.
I love Tank. The Tank is dope, the Tank fan. Listen, bro. Tank is dope. And you know I like Tank.
Bro, but you better get the research department out. You're gonna be
now listen. Okay. Tank wouldn't have more hits than Tyrese.
You are Charles.
Hits,
are you
like
okay?
Hits?
Okay. Listen, for Friday's podcast, we are going to bring up Tank versus Tyrese, the Smash Brothers podcast version.
So you want me to do Tyrese's songs?
Tyrese's songs, and I'm gonna do Tank songs.
Okay. So how much weight are we talking about? How much weight do songs carry? Because here's the thing about it. Tank doesn't have any number ones.
So When We wasn't number one?
No.
I deserve wasn't number one.
No. He doesn't have any number ones, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the research department. Research. I'm gonna need you to check Tank hits and Tyrese hits that aren't TGT. Are we including songs that Tank wrote or just Tank songs?
Hey, it's a normal versus battle.
Okay, so we can include songs that he wrote.
That's right.
Okay, it can include songs he wrote. Okay. I got the research department on that one. We got this. It's gonna be on for Friday.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to
change it up.
No, because I'm trying to put out there. It's not that I don't. I love Tank.
I know that, but you sleeping on his songs though.
But I don't think that Tank got hits.
Oh, okay.
He got hits that we like. He got this. He got R&B hits.
But think about it though. That's what
songs that were number one. Period. Not just R&B.
But that's the thing though. The versus battles has been about the fans though, because it goes again. What's been my sole argument for every versus battle? Song selection. So
what is Tank gonna play?
No, we ain't getting into it right now. We getting into it Friday.
Listen, let me say, what is he gonna play when Tyrese saves Sweet Lady? Is he gonna do I Deserve as the last? Because that's his most famous song, right? I Deserve.
It's probably one. We'll find out Friday.
Isn't that when he does his shows, isn't that the song he close out with, I Deserve? Right.
But you're talking about so even if that was the case, right? So then Tyrese wins that round. But what else Tyrese got? That's what I'm saying. Like we gonna pull out.
Listen, you know what Tyrese gonna pull out? Tyrese is gonna pull out that. He's gonna pull out that.
My favorite Tyrese song of all times is Shame.
I love Shame too.
Shame is my joint.
Shame goes so hard. You know what he's gonna pull out? He's gonna pull out his verse on Smile, the remix that he just did with the boy Kirk Franklin.
And Tank gonna have stuff all for that. Tank will pull out the song he did with Yolanda Adams. Don't play with me.
He's gonna pull out. Tyrese is gonna go. Do, 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 da, 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 always Coca-Cola. Yeah, hold up, man. You playing, bro? Stop playing with me, Ace. You wasn't even ready for that. I pulled that one. Now I had that one tucked. You wasn't even ready. That was like I hit you with the okie doke on that.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm gonna get the research.
We'll find out Friday.
Listen, man. I just think that he got the song, man. Listen.
Listen. Slash Brothers family, listen to me. You remember this moment because he's going to eat his words on Friday.
We gonna see though,
trust what I tell you that he's gonna eat his words.
The research department doesn't lie. They're unbiased.
That's right.
We gonna get the research department on this one though, man. I don't know, bro. But even with that said though, bro, I think that Alicia Keys, Jamie Foxx would have been more entertaining to do piano. That's speaking of which, though, I would rather see Tank versus Jamie Foxx.
That's what I said.
No, I thought you said Tank and Jamie Foxx.
No. I said okay. When he very first said Jamie Foxx, I said Jamie Foxx versus Tank or Tank versus Tyrese.
See, I think yeah. So even with that said though, bro, I think Jamie Foxx would. I think Jamie Foxx would win.
No, listen, that would be a great battle because they both have around the same amount of songs. Matter of fact, Tank has more songs than Jamie Foxx.
He does, but I look at that, bro. All Jamie Foxx has to do is play the unpredictable from first song to the last song.
I agree. I agree. He Unpredictable album is close to 100% genuine. I get that. But at the same token, though, bro, Tank has hits, and the thing is, Tank can play the piano too.
I get that, man. What Mark said, the research department, fresh off a birthday weekend hosted by the accusers, so she got biased. No, the research department only serves up the facts. The facts are, what are the songs that they have, right? What are the highest ratings of those songs? Meaning on Billboard, how did they go? How did they fare? And then if you want to throw in some biases, you can talk about the nostalgia of it, right? That's when you and I kind of go into it like that. How do those songs give you that feel?
Bro, I'm telling you, you are just in for a treat, bro, when you start looking at all of these songs that he got.
So what's gonna win? What would give him a round are the Chris Brown songs that he's done, right?
He got some remixes, bro. Listen, man, I'm just looking at these hits, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know, bro. He got that. Tyrese gonna play. What do you like? A whole lot of puppet. Boy, stop playing, man. Don't make it. You making it seem like Tyrese don't got them bangers, though, man.
What you gonna pull something from the Black Tie album? That's what you gonna pull?
Dog. I ain't gonna pull nothing from the Black Tie album. Although he do got that dope song with Snoop Dogg on there with the real cool little Fuji sample on the drums, though, bro. He got some joints, though, man. Like, I don't know. We gonna say I got to get the research department on this one, though, bro. You got me thinking on over. I'm gonna stand on Tyrese. He gonna play Baby Boy, man. I just thought about that, bro. You just a baby boy. Tyrese only has 4 top hits. The research department hit me with the ether, though, bro, for the sideline, bro. Golly. He said, hold on. He said Tank is Jonte Austin. No, Tank is not. You must be talking about he's his cousin. But Tank ain't no Jonte Austin, though, bro.
He said Jonte Austin Jr.
He ain't Jonte Austin Jr. either, bro. Jonte Austin, I tell people all the time, bro, Jonte Austin seems like he writes his songs with the quill, bro. He seemed like while he's writing all his lyrics, that he has a feather, bro, and he's dipping it into the ink, though, bro, and writing in cursive. He that cold to me, though, bro. Listen, man, we might have to bring on some more people for this one, though, man. But I'm gonna get the research department on this one, though, bro, because that is an interesting thing, though, man. We got to figure out where these songs lie out on here, though, man.
Yeah. What other news we got, man?
So you know what, though, man. Here's what's funny. We can save this one.
Okay.
But we were talking, but one thing that we can get out here on, man. I think that is real dope. Also in sports, the homie, the young homie. We didn't talk about this one. Colin Hill, the running back for Mississippi State. We were talking about, given the climate of Black equality, police brutality, that Mississippi is the lone state that still has the Confederate flag reference in their state flag, right? And he was just like, you know what, I'm sick of it. If y'all got this flag still flying, I ain't coming back out there to play. For starters, he gonna be a senior. He should have went to the NFL to begin with, right? But I think that it's interesting, though, that he's taking that stance where he's just like, listen, I'm all the way out. I ain't coming back. Wouldn't it be something, though, man, that if all of the players backed him and said, we ain't even coming, and then another school said, we ain't even coming, I think that would be crazy, though, bro.
Yeah, that would be crazy, man. I mean, I'm interested. I mean, because you still got the people from Oklahoma State that are still talking about whether they gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So
Thunder on the mic?
Nah, that's May. It's May on them. Yeah, but anyway, basically they trying to figure out what Oklahoma State gonna do, because you know that Gundy was out there wearing that OAN shirt, that all the way right wing. Oh
yeah. So Mark said I'm about to be 0-3. I'm like 3-0. I'm almost on these though, bro. I think I've been killing it on these.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna be eating your words with this. I'm
winning though right now, though, bro. I'm like on these, I've been killing it, bro.
You're gonna lose on this one. I'm telling you that right now.
Listen, I'm gonna see. We gonna see. But I can tell you this: the one that I flipped on, definitely my stance on Usher versus Chris Brown. I still think on that one that I think that Chris Brown is better, but I think that when you talk about just 20 songs, I think that Usher would beat Chris Brown on 20. I think Usher's 20 songs are just better than Chris Brown's 20 songs, though, bro.
I think that's I think it comes down to song selection, because both of them are incredible artists, and I'm biased towards Usher.
Usher needs to let me pick out his 20 songs. If he want to win, he need to holler at the Slash Brothers podcast and say, listen, pick my 20. Tell me the songs you think are guaranteed to go ahead and win. And then I say, these are the songs that I think Chris Brown pick. He picked these songs. You got to be ready to back him up with these right behind it. So
now what you,
I don't know.
What you think about of course she would say that. Wait a minute. She used to be the biggest Usher fan that I know.
She was the biggest. I told you. I told you.
That was her.
Don't let her say it. Listen, I'm sure that if I was with my wife back in 2002, and if she would have saw Usher and Usher said, hey, you want to go ahead and come with me, and we rode together, I'm sure my wife would have said, you know what, I holler at you, boy. And I'm sure she would have broken off with me right then and there and chucked me the deuce for Usher, though, bro. She was that big of an Usher fan, though. She, oddly enough, she fell off on being an Usher fan when he got
married. Now, let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you this. What you think about Usher versus Beyonce? And let's take
Beyonce. Listen, bro. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, let me explain something to you. Okay,
no Destiny Child records.
No shit. You can't say you can't. Okay,
I'm just saying.
If you say no Destiny Child records, here's what's funny. Let me tell you what's funny. I had a conversation with one of my wife's friends, right? Who he said one of her friends who's gay, right? And we were talking about music before, right? He's a gay male, right? And he said, yeah, you know, the one thing about gay guys that a lot of gay guys have in common is that they love them some Beyonces. He said gay guys Love them some Beyonce. And we were talking about music somehow. This came up because I was talking about Beyonce. He said, golly, though, man. He said, you defend Beyonce like a lot of gay guys. I do, bro. He said, dog, he said, I thought I loved Beyonce, but it ain't apparently nowhere near your affection for Beyonce, bro.
So you're the treasurer of the Beehive.
I listen, bro. I am like the VP. I'm like the COO. I'm in the cabinet for the Beehive, though, bro. I hold Beyonce in very high regards. I have not done the research on the Beyonce.
Dang. You thinking about it? I know it. Oh, wheels is turning. God.
20 songs. Here's the thing about it, because I have not. Oh my gosh, bro!
All the single ladies.
I'm gonna say Beyonce, bro. I'm gonna go. See, the problem is that I love all of her stuff to where I haven't just singled it out, narrowed it down to 20. And because I've already had the research department research the Usher songs, I'm familiar with these are the 20 that Usher should have in the tuck. But if we were talking about Beyonce, I gotta get the research. I'm gonna need you to tell me the 20 songs that Beyonce would pick, the 20 biggest Beyonce songs. You talking about Irreplaceable, you talking about Single Ladies, you talking about Upgrade, Beyonce probably got more number ones than Usher got, bro. So, shout out to my sister Serena.
Beehive is out. Look at this.
Listen, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I might be. I gotta be honest. I don't know, and I feel weird because I defend Beyonce anytime. Like, the only thing I can't defend Beyonce on is when somebody tell me she's about to be in a movie. I cannot defend Beyonce's acting ability. I can't come to defense for that. But Beyonce is an American treasure, and she should be protected and defended as such, though, bro. So listen, man.
Well, look, man, since we talking about music, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out here, man. I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna get this on out of here, man. Yeah, you know, give it up for your boy one time. You know, just hold on a second. Let me.
Let it marinara.
Yeah, you know, this Sunday, there's gonna be a concert, if you will. It's featuring this incredible artist that I know, Ace Kennedy. I know for the longest time we've been throwing out dates, but no. It is official. It is official that your boys will be doing this thing. Ace Kennedy live in concert. Yay! This Sunday.
Get the people down. Get the tour.
7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, come join your boy, man, and let's have a good time. We're gonna definitely get into it, brother.
Now, talk to me about format. How you rolling this one on out? You doing every song? You doing you got the R&B hat? Tell me about your setup. I want to know everything.
I still haven't decided outfit. Like it's still formulating in my head.
I might just kick back in these.
I doubt that you'll see my shoes, though. I doubt you'll see the shoe game just because of the setup. But I mean, at the same token, I'm super excited. I've been practicing like crazy. I got another rehearsal left because there's 3 songs that I kind of was like, you know, I recorded these, but it's been a minute. Okay.
No, you ain't got all the words down.
Hey, I'm getting on.
You know what's funny? It's funny you say that. I remember one time seeing Lil Wayne was on Saturday Night Live, right? And he records so much music that he doesn't know all the words to his song. So he was rehearsing and he's having to read the words while he is rehearsing because he's like, yeah, I record my songs and I stash them away. And he does kind of a thing that I do where he'll go back after listening to his music and just to make sure that he got the exact words where it's a the and, the if, those little things. But he does it so much and turns over songs that he's like, yeah, you know what? I got so many of them that if it's none of those classics, you know.
I was at a Brat concert and she was like, man, I ain't even gonna lie. We just recorded this like 2 weeks ago and I don't remember it. That she was doing a remix for somebody. But look, Snoop flat out said, no, I have a confidence monitor right there on the stage. He said, I done recorded so much music, man, and I done smoked too much Mary Jane to be talking about. I'm gonna remember these words. So
I'm your favorite song. Even you might have an artist and it's your absolute favorite song. You put them on the spot and they might not remember all the words because of all of the other music that they've done since they recorded your favorite song. Bro.
And it's no excuse. Like I said, I've been practicing, I've been listening, so I feel pretty confident. And I'm super excited, man. I'm very, very excited of the outpour of people that said they are looking forward to it. I've had a bunch of people text me and hit me up like I'm gonna be listening. So you know, I'm really trying to do this for the culture, man. I'm excited.
Now, are you playing are you gonna do every song, or are you only doing, you know?
No, I think I'm doing every song. Again, I think this is gonna be more of a come and go concert. I really, you know, it's Facebook Live. It ain't like you're in live in person. So my thing is that I just want to give people the experience that whenever you decide to check in, that you get the full experience of a song. Because again, this is going to be people that have never heard me or my music before. And so this is the opportunity to hear it. And then, you know, hopefully somebody will be inspired to want to listen to it a little bit more and head to their favorite streaming service and add your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let me ask you this one last question here about this. Will you have it available for playback via whether it's Facebook or YouTube for someone who says, you know what, I came in the middle, I want to go back and check for some of the other stuff?
Yes, it will be available for playback because it'll be just like a normal live that you see on Facebook. The only problem is we're fighting with Facebook because, you know, they listen to my music and think it's so good that they have sent the copyright people after me like I don't own my own stuff. Like,
hey bro, that's when you're official, man. Like I you know, it's like I don't have to put I own the copyrights of this music. I am the writer of this.
Well, actually, I'm gonna have to put that on there so they don't take my stuff down, because it's like,
oh man,
during one of my rehearsals, they actually took my music down. I'm like, yo, I wrote this stuff. Like, you look it up. It's on the paperwork. Check it out.
It's me. I am him.
Right.
I think that's dope, man. I think that it's funny to me though, man, because you know a lot of people when they, you know, you say, yeah, I'm doing music, like no, I'm official. I'm everywhere.
Yeah. Check the papers,
dope, bro. No, that's real dope, man.
Yo,
I'm excited for you though, man.
I appreciate it. Before we go, I definitely wanted to give a shout out to I
saw the shirt though, bro. Shout out to the homegirl Bree. Shout out to Kim. But family Javier Ambler.
Yeah, Juanita Candy made it for me, and I appreciate it. She hooked your boy on up. I definitely wanted to spring this on you because you sprung up the Slash Brothers podcast shirt, so I had to spring this one on you.
And then you gonna put on the hold on. Let me switch shirts right quick, right a second before we go on too.
Yeah, man, I'm loving the shirt though. It's dope, man. I love the material. Yeah.
That's dope, man. Hey, man, what else you got? We about done, man. What you got?
Hey, man, I'm still on Westworld trying to finish it on up and watching a new show on Hulu called Pen 15. So I'm watching that. I'm watching, like I said, watching Westworld, and that's about it, man. Oh, I caught The Foreigner yesterday.
The Jackie Chan joint.
Yes, bro, that movie went hard.
There's no way that I try to subtly tell my wife about watching that, but when she see the Jackie Chan's in it, she's like,
listen, it ain't the old Jackie Chan. Like, it's a serious Jackie Chan. It's like Taken with Jackie Chan, and it's, man, Pierce Bronson is the villain. Well, he's the villain. He's looked upon like that. Which all of that's in the trailer, so I ain't spoiling nothing. But still, man, that it's on Netflix, bro. I enjoyed it.
Hey, listen, man. I think that for me, hopefully now I can go ahead and put these wheels on the Bel Air. I've been like, listen, that was like my Father's Day gift to myself to finally get the shoes for Billie Jean. So I'm pretty excited to be able to go ahead and put them on this week, so I can just ride around with the windows down real quick. And so, of course, I'm immediately thinking of the bars to put into the song now with this. I'm gonna be on the list. I'm gonna be stunned for the gram, though. The minute I get these pictures on, though, man, I'm bringing out the cannon for this one, though, bro. So it's gonna be epic, though, bro. I'm hyped.
One more thing before we go, for all of those people that donated towards the Roadcaster for the podcast, y'all have no idea how much I appreciate y'all. Absolutely. Have no idea. I haven't gotten it yet. It's coming very soon. We're still a little ways away. So if anybody still would like to donate, I would appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine too. But if you would like to donate, it's Ace Kennedy 23 for Cash App. And if you have any other payment methods, you don't have Cash App or something like that, and you would like to donate to the cause, please just hit me up in the IM, in the DM, and I'll get you the information. But we're looking to get that real soon. It is definitely going to take our podcast to the next level. We're always trying to up the ante for the podcast and become professional, as much as professional as we possibly can be, because we want to give you that premium content.
Absolutely.
Another thing for Ace Kennedy, not only do I have the concert coming up Sunday, but this Saturday I will be shooting a video for a brand new song. So your boys over here working.
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 Superstar status on there. So you going straight from the video set to the concert set. Okay.
That's right.
Good stuff though, man. I ain't doing no concert just yet.
It's coming though.
But I'm still in the lab though.
Hey man, you might make a guest appearance Sunday. Ain't no
hey,
telling.
You get me on there, man. I go ahead and kick that verse. Be ready. You gotta let me know. I might have to bring the fur coat out, bro. Hey man, Slash Brothers. I appreciate y'all for checking in. We out this thing, man. One love.